Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerds with Chainsaws podcast with your hosts, me, Dalton Wright, and Brett Schroegemeyer.
How's it going?
To kick things off, I am actually able to drink this week, and I have a Crown Apple and Sprite.
Can't go wrong with it.
It's one of my go-tos.
Any special Sprite or just the regular flavor?
Just normal ass Sprite.
I have another soju. I got at, I don't know, wherever the hell we were last. Kansas City, Wichita, something like that. I think it was Wichita. But it is blackberry and ginger flavored.
Blackberry and ginger. I like blackberry. I'm not sure how I feel about ginger.
The ginger is very light. It's definitely more blackberry. Pretty good. And I just read on the back of this bottle, actually, that this isn't even, like, imported or anything. This is actually made in Olathe, Kansas. So, kind of interesting.
Oh, hey. I don't know. Just gonna Olathe, I don't think is what I'm thinking of.
It's just...
That's KC, right?
Yeah, it's like suburb of KC.
I was thinking, when you first said Olathe, my mind went to, where the fuck is that? I'm having a stroke. The only way I can describe it is the GBO. The fucking glass blown open for disc golf, but...
Oh,
Emporia.
Emporia.
Emporia. My mind went to Emporia. I'm like, no, that's not right. But we've actually got quite a bit to talk about today.
Yeah, we do.
We've got good Helldivers news, bad Helldivers news, the Steam reviews.
Lots of stuff.
And
that's actually on topic for once.
Lots of stuff. So I guess we'll just get with the ugly right out the gate. You were telling me right before we got on that there's some new controversy this morning.
So, like, yeah.
At 4 a.m.
Yeah, as of this... Is that on the Discord? I didn't even look at that. Oops.
Yeah, it's on the Discord HD2 announcements.
Yeah, let me come look at this. Alright. Maybe. If it'll load. There we go. Alright, so yeah, as of this morning, Helldivers announced a new update that gives them their first official crossover ever with Killzone, which is, if you didn't know, old PlayStation title. It was kind of their thing to match Halo, kind of, if I remember right.
It was their Halo competition.
I played very little of it, but it was a cool game. But the controversy comes in where instead of it being its own war bond, which I'm pretty sure is what it was originally planned to be, Sony, I'm guessing here, but I mean it's probably pretty certain. Sony came in and said no, it's going to be a limited time thing only, which is like, okay, fine, but they also made it so if you want to buy all of the all the crossover stuff, it's going to cost twice as much as a normal war bond. You're going to be spending like 2,000 or so or more super credits to get everything, whereas if it was just a normal war bond, you'd only be paying 1,000. I think it comes out to like $20 or so in real life money.
Yeah, it's
if you want to
$10 for 1,000.
Yeah, so $20 real life if you want to buy everything, and it's limited time because I don't think it'll probably be in the Superstore permanently.
I guess I'm reading in here on the post, and they're changing how the Superstore even works. They're not doing a full redesign, but people are complaining that, what is it, 2 days right now?
I think that's what it is, yeah.
That's too short, and with more and more things being added, if you don't play for a couple of days, that thing you've been waiting on to show back up in rotation might show up when you're not on, and then it's gone. And with there being more shit, it takes longer for that to come back into rotation. So they're doing longer rotations starting with the Killzone thing, which will be the Superstore is now 5 days instead of 2, but there'll be 2 pages of stuff at a time.
Yeah.
So more options to choose from, and it stays around for longer.
So there was how many things were displayed at a time? It was 4, or was it 6?
It depended on. It used to be 4. There was a helmet. There were 2 helmets, 2 armor pieces. So you had 2 different sets at a time. But then they started adding banners and now there's even a couple of weapons in the superstore that started taking up space, and capes. They added capes too. So now sometimes you get the classic 2 sets of armor, helmet, chest piece. But now sometimes you can get a helmet, chest piece, cape, and a banner. That's all one big set, but it's usually 4 items.
I was like, because that's what I was thinking. I've seen a couple pictures of the Killzone stuff on there, and it's like
5,
6 things.
Yeah, you got well, considering it's a full armor set, unless they're selling it as just one piece, you'll have the AC-1 duty-full armor set, helmet and chest plate, STA-52 assault rifle, strengthen our arms, banner and cape, and a title of assault infantry. So that'd be like 6 fucking things.
Yeah, there are 6 things in there, and we'll go the prices real quick. We'll go over. So if you want the assault rifle, it's 615 super credits. The armor is 5.
Damn.
Yeah, the armor is 500. The helmet is 310. The cape is 310. The banner is 90, and the player title is 150.
Yeah, that's a little expensive.
Uh-huh.
And that's just one set because they're doing 2.
Yeah, I think they're adding it, like the other sets, like the SMG and I don't know what other or the other armor set. Yeah,
if you click on that first image, like on their page, it has the available super. Click on the other one. It shows you the other armor set, and it looks like a marksman rifle almost.
Yeah, I can't remember. I thought someone said it was an SMG, but I don't fucking know. So if that's the case, and there's another like full set of stuff coming out, you're gonna be spending like, I don't know, if the prices are the same, like $40 to get everything. Kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, December 23rd is when they're putting the second part out.
Yeah. The other thing people were complaining about is the armor set's kind of pay to win.
What's the passive?
It has a new passive. It reduces what was it? It reduces fire, gas, and something else damage.
Is it electric?
Yeah, it is electric damage by 50%.
Damn.
It reduces all 3 by 50%.
I mean, gas is never really used by enemies, but arc damage is used by the illuminate, which we'll get into.
And
you
get lit on fire a shit ton by the automatons.
Yeah, you're always on fire with bots.
Oh yeah, here's the picture I saw. Yeah, it's called the armor passive's called Acclimated. Provides 50% resistance to fire, gas, acid, and electrical damage. So the acid spewers from the bugs would also be reduced by 50%. The bile spewers.
I mean, if you want to talk lore-wise, I don't know a ton about the Killzone games. I never did grow up playing them. But lore-wise, the armor set that's modeled off of is like the main super soldier enemy from Killzone. Like, that's not the player's armor, that's the fucking people you're fighting. And lore-wise, they are they're superhuman. You can't hurt them unless you shoot them in the eyes when they're glowing. So they're basically fucking Terminator. Like, they're unkillable, which makes the game really hard. Like, Killzone's known for its brutal difficulty.
So the passive makes sense.
Lore-wise, it's accurate. But gameplay-wise, yeah, it's a little broke.
Especially since it's something that's not permanent and it's something that costs real money.
Mm-hmm. And it's an armor kit that will give you... It'll give you damage reduction no matter who you're fighting.
Yeah. Now...
That's a put one set on and never take it off armor.
If this stays in the Superstore on rotation, like, permanently, I wouldn't have as much of an issue with it.
I mean, it doesn't directly say that it's,
leaving?
Yeah, like...
That's just what I saw from people online. I don't know how valid that statement is, but it's still kind of annoying.
First crossover. Do crossovers only make sense? Very first one, Killzone 2. Helldivers Cross Killzone 2 brings a new tier of special premium content reserved for collaborations and other uniquely themed work. Our plan is to offer you something distinct and special. High Command informs us that beyond the Superstore content, there is also an additional Killzone 2 reward for all Helldivers, depending on your success in the Galactic War.
So maybe it is permanent.
Nothing on there says limited time, and so if they're trying to do, like, if it's crossover specific, and it's this, like, super good stuff, to make it cost a little more, as, like, oh, you see, like, save up for when it comes into the shop, because, I mean, while the price might be a bit ridiculous, I do kind of still stand on the fact of you can get premium content for free in the game. There's tons of opportunity to get super credits for doing nothing. Just playing the game. So you could get it. If it's limited time, it's bullshit, but it doesn't say anything about it being limited time. And maybe they're splitting some of the profit with Killzone. And that's why, like, in order to get them as a crossover, they're like, yeah, we'll give you part of the...
Well, Killzone's a PlayStation IP, so you wouldn't think so, since they're both published by PlayStation.
I mean, I don't know. Quick Google search. Is the Killzone...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look up.
Is the Killzone content in Helldivers to limited time?
I still can't see anything that says if it's, like, for a fact going to be going away or not.
This person's on Reddit saying, hot take, the Killzone content prices are fine. You're well within your rights to complain about the prices, but you shouldn't, and hear me out. This is optional content, and while yes, there is a new weapon that affects gameplay, even though it's not a PvP game, it has one major difference from most other games out there. It's completely earnable through gameplay, which is what I just said.
Yeah.
The game is $40 at launch. I've put over 500 hours into it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn, dude.
Imagine paying to watch 500 hours of new films at the cinema. Even if your hours aren't close to that, these prices are completely optional, and earnable content are fine. I love this game, and if you have the cash to burn, throw Arrowhead some money and get the content. If you don't, simply be patient and earn it in-game. There is no actual FOMO. If you don't get the content this go around, it will come back. It was added, so... There's a couple people now that are saying it's being added to the Superstore rotation, therefore it is not limited time. It will be showing back up. We just don't know when. So if that's true, and it is just going to be on rotation, then that's not too bad.
Yeah, like, if it's going to be on rotation, it's not... I mean, yeah, it's kind of pricey, but you can earn earn it in game. It's not terribly hard to do. And it's not like you're going to be like, well, I didn't get it this time, I'm never going to get it again.
I mean, grindy for sure, because, like, even though I just said, like, yeah, it does, like, you can earn stuff, and you can earn super credits in-game, it's fine. It is a bit slow. I mean, most of your pickups give you 10 super credits. On average, if you're clearing all your points of interest, if you're playing on a difficulty that you can do all of the points of interest on a map.
Which you should be doing anyway, I'll point out, because it has a greater effect on the galactic war effort by completing all the objectives.
Well, all of your, like, secondary objectives and, like, that kind of stuff. I mean, the POIs I don't think count.
No, they don't.
But
if
do your objectives, for sure.
If you're going and doing all your objectives, you're going to find several points of
Most,
interest.
Yeah. You're going to find most of your POIs. But, I mean, on average, you can get probably 20 super credits per game. So you're not earning at an insane rate. I mean, I've bought one thing. I bought the Super Citizen Edition, which was, what was it, like, was it $20? $10?
I think it was 10, maybe? I don't know.
Let me pop over here. Super Citizen. Due to me already having it, it won't tell me its fucking price.
I don't have it. I can look it
Here
up.
we go. $20.
20
$20. So it made the game $60, but it gave you a pass. And did it also give super credits?
I don't think so.
Steeled Veterans War Bond, Stratagem Hero, the Super Citizen title, an armor set, a cape, and a weapon. But anyway, I've bought one of the other war bonds. I bought Cutting Edge from credits that I got without spending a dime. I am almost to another 1,000 credits to buy another set. And I've also bought shit from the Superstore. I bought, at the time, what was the most expensive set. And that was the fucking EOD suit. That one's pricey. Helldivers Super Store items.
I think I bought...
I bought a bunch of stuff from the Superstore, I'm not gonna lie. I've spent quite a few credits. If I wouldn't have, I probably could have bought another 2 war bonds. I mean, you can get...
I was like, I've bought the major... I think I paid to unlock, like, 1 war bond or 2. I can't remember. But I've bought the rest of the war bonds just off of earnings in-game. Because, like, the war bonds give you super credits back. They give you, like...
it's 300.
They give you 300 back, so really it doesn't take you too long. It's like most, especially when the game like first came out, by the time the next war bond was coming out, you had enough time to, like, if you were playing fairly regularly, you had enough super credits to get the next war bond by the time the new one came out.
As long as you weren't just going to town on the Superstore.
Yeah. If we're just blowing through all your fucking money on the Superstore.
But the problem is the Superstore stuff always looks cool.
That is true.
And yeah, the set that was just in the Superstore until they updated it was the Doubt Killer set, which is the fucking Jinro armor. God, it looks cool. But I bought, like, way back when the game first came out, I bought the Fortified Commando set, which is the puffy ass, like, super heavy armor that had extra padding, so you had an armor rating of 200. It was the heaviest armor in the game. It cost 400 for the body armor and 200 for the helmet. So I dropped 600 credits on that fucking thing, just so I could meme around in a puffy EOD suit.
Yeah.
So actually, let's tally it up. So I've spent 600 on that. I have bought both pieces of the Enforcer armor, because then that one looked like the Snow Trooper. 150 plus 75. I bought the both pieces of the Juggernaut armor, 250 plus 125. And I'm not sure if I've bought anything else. Maybe Trench Paramedic. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think
Might have bought Trench Paramedic,
I think
'cause
that
one's,
one.
I think that one's pretty cool. But if we just say I haven't bought Trench Paramedic, I've spent 1,200 super credits in just the superstore, and I
So
currently have 780 in my account. So I would have had another 2 full war bonds.
yeah, I was like,
But I've played for 131 hours though, so I mean it does take some time.
the other thing is, if you really want it, and you really don't want to spend any money, you can just farm super credits.
Yeah, that's how I've gotten. That's how I've got that much in the time that I have. Just
It's not
level 3.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. Well, I'm talking about like even the like kind of exploity ones where it's like you fucking find a map where it's like, oh, this one drops 2 super credits in this bunker, and you just like quit and fucking load back in and do the same mission and go to the same spot again and again and again. I don't think anyone has ever gotten in trouble for doing that.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, there's a way you can do it, and I don't know if it still works, but I know a couple months ago you could do that. Or it's like you'd load into a mission, you're like, all right, this one fucking cargo container or whatever that you blow up has like 2 piles of super credits in it. So you'd get it. When you pick up the super credits, it credits it to your account immediately, no matter if you finish the game or not. So people would like hard quit out of the game, like fucking task manager close out of the game, load back in, run that same mission. It has the same map seed and all that. Run back to that same spot and just do it over and over and over again. You could get a shit ton really quick. And as far as I know, no one has ever gotten in trouble for doing that.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that. Does the amount that pile gives you, is that hard coded, or is it a chance
It's
that you
a
get
chance.
like the 100 pile?
It's a chance that either one of those could be 100 pile, or both of them could be 100 pile if you're super fucking lucky.
I've never gotten a single 100 pile.
I think I've gotten two or three. I've gotten a couple of them at least.
I've only ever snagged 10s.
But yeah, there's definitely like exploity ways you can get it, and as far as I know, no one ever gets like in trouble, banned, anything like that for doing that.
Well, long story short, there's new armor. It looks cool.
It looks cool. It's a cool collab. Costs way too much.
But if it isn't limited time, I'm a little less upset.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if it stays in rotation. If it stays in rotation, people are just whining to wine.
I've thought about recently, like getting like 1,000 super credit pack just for funsies, because I'm about to max out the cutting edge war bond, and once I do that, I don't have any other war bonds unlocked, so I can't put medals anywhere. And so if I didn't have the medals by the point that happens, I was gonna just buy a pack. Maybe I'll just do it now and grab some of the armor.
It's like I don't mind like giving the Helldivers guys some money. Like it's a good game. They've earned
it's had its problems, but
it's had its issues, but overall they're good. They're very open about what they do and like why they did it. Like immediately after all this like quote unquote controversy started. Like the community managers and the what's he called now? CCO, whatever the hell his name is, has been on there like explaining like why they did this. They're like, okay, we see you guys don't like this. We won't do this again. We're just trying something new, seeing how it would go. There's always room to change if people don't like it. So
the people that were like causing problems internally, like going on Reddit and like calling people stupid and stuff, got fucking fired.
Yeah.
So no, I think they won some awards at the video. I think they won 2 awards at the Video Game Awards for best ongoing game
and best multiplayer game.
Best multiplayer game, which it is a very good game. So
it's the same with like Deep Rock Galactic too. It's like I don't mind supporting the devs when they're consistently putting out a good product and supporting it.
Oh, I've bought every single cosmetic DLC for Deep Rock, except for the ones that came out when we haven't been playing.
Yeah.
So up to like the Dreadnought stuff, I've bought all of it. Even if I never planned on using it, I was like, "Here's more money."
You guys are doing great. Here's my shut up and take my money.
But I suppose we'll move on here to the big topic that I kind of spoiled already. The fucking Illuminate.
Yeah, those guys decided to show up.
The squids from the first Helldivers. I guess in lore, canonically, we killed all of them in the first Galactic War.
All of them, quote unquote.
All of them. But also in lore, for the last 100 years, there's been a small group of the Illuminate that have just been hiding. Somehow, off our radar, we've never known they were there.
They've been fucking abducting colonists, apparently.
They've been abducting colonists, and after we fucking nuked Meridia into a black hole, that got their attention, and now they're here. And they've just shown up with the scouting party. Every other faction has like 20 or more, probably 30-ish enemies. The Illuminate have 4. This is just the start.
They also their tactics are way different than any other faction, and I'm not talking like on the ground fighting stuff either. I'm talking about like they've been on like 4 or 5 different planets by now, and like one of them we were getting our ass kicked, and then they just decided to up and leave for like no reason. It's like I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're using like guerrilla tactics, like fucking attack this planet for a little bit and then fucking dip and then fucking go over here and attack this planet for a little bit.
And also just the way they fight's completely different. Like, the bugs are a horde shooter. They're trying to overwhelm you with sheer numbers, and the bug AI is told to try to encircle you. If you watch like the hunters and stuff on your peripherals, they're trying to get around you so you have no escape. The bugs attack your movement. That's what they do. They try to keep you from being able to move. The bots attack your power. Their whole thing is overwhelm you with firepower, with heavy munitions, so you have to bring anti-tank weapons. There's no real use for crowd clearing weapons because that's not what they do. And their debuffs directly impact your power scale. Your main mode of damaging most things are your stratagems. They have stratagem jammers, AA guns. They have things on their side to take your stratagems away. The Illuminate attack your fucking mental health.
Yeah.
Their tactic, I really can't pin down, but it's fucking survive is their tactic.
So they use like I'm pretty sure I was talking to you about it. They use like one, their technology, and 2, just their like strategy in general is more like fighting like near peer warfare. It's like their technology is about the same level as ours, and their tactics are also about the same level as ours. Like they know, like they'll put the heavy guys to fucking distract you. You're trying to kill these heavy guys, and they're fucking zombified fucking citizens will swarm around behind you and try to take you out.
Voteless.
Yeah. The voteless will fucking flank you. They'll do like flanking maneuvers and shit, and yeah, they know what they're doing. It's kind of fucking scary. It's like most.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's like the automatons and the terminids. Like what they're gonna do is very predictable. It's very set in stone. It's like, okay, the automatons are probably going to charge us head on with armor. They don't really do much flanking. The bugs are going to try to encircle us, so we just need to kill them quickly, so they can't do that. The fucking illuminate, you don't know what they're going to do. Sometimes
they're going to do both.
They're going to try to do both, and you don't know when they're going to do either. It's like sometimes they'll fucking send a huge wave of voteless right at your face with some heavier tanked up guys behind them shooting you with their ranged weapons. Yeah, with the overseer shooting you with the ranged weapons from behind, or a harvester back there. Other times they'll send like a small group of voteless to fucking distract you, while the other half of the group's fucking flanking around you.
Yeah, plus the way you deal with any of their stuff is completely different, because the voteless have a dick ton of health, and since there's so many of them, you need crowd clearing. You need somebody on a machine gun. The overseers are supposed to just be their like mainline people. The voteless are the fodder. The overseers are essentially the Helldivers of the illuminate. They have armor everywhere. You can peel it off, which then takes away the armor, but it takes time. They're heavy.
Yeah, they're
the
fucking
harvesters
chunky.
have fucking shields. They have fucking shields, and so do their ships. The ships that are on the ground, acting as their bot fabricators or bug holes, are fucking shielded, so you can't deal with them in even remotely the same way as you deal with anything else. Anything shy of a 500 kg or a orbital rail strike will not kill one of their quote-unquote fabricators. You have to do something different.
Even with these shields down on their warp ships on the ground, an Eagle airstrike will not take it out in one shot.
So they start employing different strategies that you have to actually work with your team. You need somebody with an anti-armor weapon, a recoilless rifle, an EAT, something like that, waiting for the harvester for somebody else with like a machine gun to overload their shields with. Drop the harvester shields and the anti-tank takes them out. Because the shields don't care about damage, they care about number. You send a rocket its way, it's just going to eat the rocket.
You send an Eagle.
You send a bunch of bullets and it overloads it.
And it's... Yeah. The other thing is, like, that shield can tank some fucking damage. You can drop a 500 kg on that shield and it will not break if it's at full health.
As I mean, like, it ignores damage. What it takes is volume. So there's just so many different tactics to deal with any number of their things. Each different enemy requires a different strategy to take them out, whereas the bugs is shoot it a bunch. The bots are shoot it a bunch in the right place.
I feel like us fighting the Illuminate is equivalent to like what the bots feel like fighting us. and that's why I said it's like near peer warfare basically. It's like their technology is similar to ours. Their strategy is like evolving. They use fucking like guerrilla tactics and shit if sometimes, and flanking and crap like that. And they don't necessarily have a lot at their disposal right now. I'm sure more is coming, but
a lot more.
What they have at their disposal is a lot closer to equivalent to what we have. Like the harvester has a fucking like orbital laser like built into it. Basically, it'll fucking cook your ass real quick.
Just think the tripods from World of Worlds, straight up.
The overseers, they have fucking plasma firing weapons. They have fucking Tesla towers scattered around their encampments, and like high value targets. They have defenses set up, like actual defenses. It's just
to give you a glimpse here, the illuminate from the first game, the watchers that are in the game as they're scouting enemies that alert more warp ships to come.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fucking watchers.
They have 3 different variants in the first game, with difficulties increasing the other variants come out. First one being the Observer, which is what we know as the Watcher right now. The second one being the Watcher, which is the Observer, but with a shield.
That sounds scary.
And then you have the Obsidian Observer, which is still a shielded Watcher, but now has more health and a weapon.
Well, they have weapons in the
do.
Yeah, they can fucking zap your ass.
For their main infantry, instead of just the Overseers and Exalted Overseers, they had Outcasts as well, which can go fucking invisible, and they're strictly melee specialists. They had Striders, which were specialized tripods that were kind of functioned like Outcasts. They were stealthy hunters, harvesters, essentially. They had a tank, known as the Obelisk, which would be centered around primary objectives, and instead of directly attacking you, put up force walls to protect everything else. They could shoot out, we couldn't shoot in. And if you happen to be standing where it made a force wall, well, say goodbye to your entire life.
Kind of like our
And they had these motherfuckers called illusionists that floated around on these big chairs and used really strong psychic powers, as well as shields. And they had a big boss type. There were big bosses for the cyborgs and the bugs too, but this big ass thing called the Great Eye, which is basically a WMD that could move. So there's a lot more to the Illuminate than what we have.
Yeah, I like how they've done the fucking cognitive thingy, the one that it doesn't block your stratagems. It just makes it a lot harder to fucking call in what you want.
Yeah, it just swaps up the inputs every couple of seconds.
Yeah, well, once you get the first one, it locks it in, but it's a completely random set of fucking codes. So you like actually have to pay attention and look to like call in reinforcements or a weapon or whatever if you're close to it. Instead of
there's no muscle memory.
Instead of just having it down by heart.
And these codes could make it easier. It could turn a 7-button string for like the 380 into a 3-button string. But it could also turn your reinforcement into like 9 buttons. But all 9 of those buttons could be the down arrow. I had that happen.
I've had that. Yeah, I've seen that before.
And so you kind of chuckle and just mash your down arrow a bunch. But it's a cool thing to deal with. And you can't just kill it by dropping ordnance on it or trying to overload it, because you have to go find specific generators to target.
I still don't know how the fuck to kill that thing, honestly.
It's just this little blue box that's sitting around it somewhere, and you just gotta dump a shit ton of rounds into it. Or something really heavy. They're surprisingly sturdy. I tend to take the stalwart in to deal with the voteless masses.
Yeah,
my primary is like the dominator to deal with the observers.
I really like running the well, I just like volume of fire, so I run the fucking the sickle and the stalwart, so I can just fucking dump rounds.
I was playing around the other day with changing firing rates on it.
Oh, I usually put the stalwart on the lowest, which is like 700 rounds per minute.
See, I've always just kept it at the medium, but if you crank it up to its highest, it's like 1,050 a minute. But if you prone, it is a beam. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this could deal with a fucking horde.
I like the lower because you can shoot for longer.
Yeah, but I
And
mean, if you just got a ton of them lined up with an observer in the middle of it, switch that bitch to full prone and just dump.
yeah,
But
I like the slower
anyway,
just because I think you get more ammo efficiency that way. It's like you're not like
you do.
wasting like 3 or 4 rounds on something that's already dead. Because fucking 700 rounds per minute is still fucking quick. That's like the same. I think it's about the same fire rate as the sickle. So
But I dumped one of those energy little transformer things that you have to go find the power supplies. I dumped it with the stalwart at its middle rate, which is like 850, for a good like 5, 6, 7 seconds, and it didn't go down. I'm like, what the fuck? Switched over to the Dominator, so it had a bit more punch to it, and it dropped it pretty quick. I was like, Jesus Christ.
use some fucking explosives.
But it's very fun that all three enemy factions are like greatly different from each other.
Now it's time for
Really gives everybody something to play.
now it's time for the fourth faction.
The usurpers, the rebels.
I also wanted to touch on that. This has been a great update to bring people back to the game.
Oh, so many people.
I was like, the average like max players before the update dropped was like 20 or so thousand, 22,000 around there. Soon as the update dropped, fucking the 24-hour peaks have been like 130,000 consistently, if not more.
Well, here I can tell you, I'm on SteamDB, and I'm at a month of Zoom here. From the 19th of November up till the 12th of December, which is the day before the update came out, it averaged around 25,000. Some days were like 21, some days were 35. So average around 25,000 people. The second the Omens of Tyranny update came out, it jumped from 22,000 people to 137. Almost 138. The next day, 150. And it has stayed above 100,000 people since.
Yeah, it's doing good.
It brought back a lot.
I played like 5 minutes after the update dropped. I couldn't play just because the fucking servers were overloaded. But I did get to play a little bit. Yeah, I was just sitting. I think I was just sitting in bed. I was just like watching fucking YouTube shorts or whatever. And I get the fucking Discord notification. Oh, what was the Discord notification? Here, let me look real quick.
This is not a drill. Illuminate her back.
Oh yeah, I get the Discord notification. Emergency alert. Disregard all prior orders. All units to Libcon 1. Planet Calypso under attack. Illuminate signatures reported. I'm like, what the fuck? Getting on right now.
I think it's funny. SteamDB, whoever runs it, or admins of the site or something, can put markers on the player count charts. So it has the release date and everyone's playing, and it jumps up a while later to its highest ever of 458,709 people. And you can see it starting to go down from there. Then it jumps back up on one day, probably a patch update. It's steadily kind of going downhill, leveling out to the
average.
what's going to be the concurrent player base. And then there's a marker on Friday, May 3rd, 2024. Just titled Account Linking Shenanigans. And from then, just a drastic drop down to like 60,000 people from what was 140. Just killed their player base on that one.
Yeah.
But then the next marker is Omens of Tyranny, and it's a jump from 30,000 to 150.
And it stayed consistent too.
Oh, yeah.
Since then, it brought a lot of people back.
Right now is probably the best time to be playing the game since it came out.
Yeah. It's really good right now. It's like all the quote-unquote controversy we talked about at the beginning is fucking nothing compared to like the state of the game was like back over the summer and stuff. Or yeah, I guess that was that over the summer or fall, early fall, whenever that was.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
When the game was just like not in good shape, like they were just nerfing the shit out of stuff and all that. It's like right now is a really good time to be playing though. If you haven't given it a chance since it came out, since all that shit's happened.
Yeah, they've gotten away from their nerf everything to the point of the worst weapon, so that every weapon is used only looking at weapon usage rates. And instead, every patch, they usually buff something up to what is one of the best weapons in the game to make everything used evenly. Unless there is one weapon or stratagem or something that is just truly broken, way too strong, it's not how it was meant to be, then they dial it back. But they don't dial it drastically like they used to. They just step it back a little bit and see how it goes.
Well, I remember them saying this, like, they don't want you to feel like a super soldier necessarily, like you're unfucking killable. And I think they hit a good balance there. It's where you don't feel unkillable. It's like, especially with like fighting the illuminate, it's like the stalwart, if you're just mowing down fucking hordes, feels really good to use. But, you know, you could be laying prone mowing down hordes and then a harvester just fucking blasts you from across the map with a death laser. It's like, yeah, you're definitely not unkillable. Stalwart's not a good weapon to be fighting that thing with, but it still feels good.
Nah, you're still pretty fragile. I mean, lore-wise, they make the Helldivers to sound like the galaxy's best, but you're not.
You've had like
you're kind of the exact opposite.
You've had 45 minutes of training and then you've been in cryosleep for who knows how long.
Like, you sign up to be a Helldiver, no prior experience, go through a course that could kill you, and if you live, congratulations, go fight Eldritch Horrors. Like, you're kind of the exact opposite of the universe's best. You're kind of just some dude.
I was trying to look up. Someone read, like, if you do the tutorial, there's like a fucking full contract that says like all the shit. And in there, I'm pretty sure it says how long like the standard like SEAF soldier training is, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 3-hour course or something, and then you're a soldier for Super Earth, just like a standard soldier. And then if you want to, you can go do your fucking Helldiver training, which is literally the tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. You're a Helldiver.
No, I saw a video though that was describing why there's such a difference between the bugs and the bots. This was before Illuminate came out. It's like, why do so many people prefer the bugs over the bots? And it's because they're designed completely different for different audiences. The bugs are designed to be a horde shooter for casual players. The bots are meant for the more hardcore players. And their design says that. The bugs have very obvious tells of when they're going to do something. The bots have almost no tell. You have about a half second to react to what the fuck's about to happen. And now the illuminate are here, which are even harder. And so the game really does have something for everyone. If you want a chill time, play lower level, mid level bug mission. If you want some more stress, crank the difficulty up or move to bots. You want more stress, crank the difficulty on bots or move to illuminate. So it really is, even though they said a game made for everyone is made for no one, they have somehow made a game for everyone by making 3 separate games into one game.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like that. They're all vastly different. I was trying to think of what to compare like the bots to. It's like the bugs is like a horde zombie shooter. I don't know what to compare the bots to, like as an AI that you're like fighting against in another game.
I would compare the bots to playing like. I would compare it to playing something akin to like The Division, a FPS MMO. Because you're like in The Division, you're fighting different types of enemies. You have the enemies that rush you, aka the berserkers, your
Fucking
commissars.
chainsaw motherfuckers.
You have your mainline enemies, your pistol wielding, your rifle wielding people in the Division, keeping medium range, putting some pressure on you, keeping you undercover, which are your troopers, your striders, your devastators. And then you got your beefy guys that are wielding heavy machine guns, have a lot of health, sitting in the back lines trying to punish you for making mistakes. And those are your tanks, your hulks, your cannon towers. I'd compare it to something like The Division.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Or if you were playing like a Call of Duty campaign on normal.
Yeah, bugs are kind of the mindless kind of AI enemy. Bots have a little bit more intelligence. It's like they use
Maybe the Titanfall campaign.
They use a
like
little.
Titanfall 2.
I never played Titanfall.
Oh, Titanfall 2.
It's unfortunate. But yeah,
they require a bit more thought.
the bot, yeah, they make you plan your actions a little bit more, but you still don't have to be like super careful. And then the illuminate, like you can get in a bad situation really quick if you're not on top of your strategy fighting them and having good teamwork. Like if you get fucking separated from your team fighting illuminate, you are fucked. It's gonna be a battle and a half to try to get back to them, or you're just not gonna make it.
I don't know, when you're playing on bots at any sort of medium difficulty up, where you're dealing with the heavy bases and cannon towers and even points of interest being underneath cannon towers, those things punish you for not watching where you are. Usually they'll miss their first shot as a bit of a warning of, hey, dumbass, you're in range of a cannon tower. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you're just running around the map trying to get to your objective.
That's more.
Didn't see the cannon tower in the distance, but it fucking saw you.
You can still, like, fighting bots, you can still usually, like, deal with that yourself, though. Whereas on Illuminate, I feel like if you're separated from your team, if you get separated from your team and they throw up a fucking harvester or a bunch of overseers, you're just kind of fucking screwed if you don't have the anti-tank stuff. Like, you need to be with your team to be able to fight these guys effectively.
They definitely demand a lot more teamwork than any other faction has.
It's like, if I was playing last night and I got separated from my team somehow. I don't know, they just fucking ran off another... Because I usually play with randoms when I'm not playing in a group with, like, our friends or you. And I got separated. I fucking must have just went the other way from what they went. And I was just fucked because I run the stalwart and the sickle, so I'm crowd control. I got separated from them. Fucking harvester plopped down right between us. There was literally like nothing I could fucking do. It's like I could. I tried to pop its shield and call in a fucking 500 kg on it, but like by the time I did that, I was being swarmed by fucking voteless and overseers and shit. It was not good. It's like you got to be the illuminate very much focus on team play. Like you need to be with your team in order to fight them effectively. Whereas like bugs, you can go run off and do your own fucking thing. And to a certain extent, you can do that with the bots too, because most of the time with the bots, you're going to be running anti-tank, and anti-tank is the solution to pretty much everything bots.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bots is to counter bots. You want fucking anti-armor, and yeah, pretty much anti-armor, because the bots' fucking bread and butter is heavy armor and heavy firepower.
I mean, even on higher difficulties, I haven't seen them yet because we usually play 6, but the reinforced striders, they have rockets on the side of them and they cover the rider. They're no longer exposed, so you need something to punch armor. So bugs target mobility, bots target your weapons, the illuminate target your coordination.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's like, if you're not good at team play, you're not going to have fun fighting the illuminate. You're going to get your ass kicked.
I think that's a good thing that they try to take away from you. They try to scramble your team.
And they can do
they have an answer for everything. You get close. If you're at distance from an overseer, they have a ranged attack. If you're close to an overseer, they have a very punishing melee that will knock you over and will keep you.
Yeah, they will fucking charge you, knock you on your ass, and beat the shit out of you.
And the harvesters, if you're at range, death laser. If you try to get in their shield, if you try to get underneath them to ignore the shield and just shoot upwards into their belly, they have an arc attack that is damn near a one-shot unless you have arc protection.
Yeah.
So they have an answer for you no matter what distance you're at. The Watchers, they call in their friends first and foremost, but if you still stay close to the Watcher, they have an arc attack to tell you to fuck off.
The other thing is, all else fails, they'll fucking overwhelm you with numbers. Like, the fucking voteless fucking, like, waves, swarms, whatever you want to call it, they are no joke. There is a shit ton that they can call in at once if they need to.
They're pretty beefy themselves.
And yeah, they're pretty, like, they're the only thing in the game that can, like, they have crawlers, like fucking COD zombies.
Yeah, there's a chance they don't die when you kill them, and they'll crawl for like the next 30 seconds.
I don't even think it's the next 30 seconds. I think it's until you fucking kill them.
Nah, they die off.
Do they?
Yeah,
I was like, they live for a decent bit of time.
Oh, they do. Well, there's a guy on YouTube I watch, Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer.
Oh, yeah.
And he did some testing with the voteless, and if they turn to crawlers, they will die eventually, but they last for long enough that they can still do some serious damage to you if you're not paying attention. So it's usually better just to cap them and not let them die off on their own.
But yeah, it really added. I think adding the illuminate in, it makes a good difference, because like now there literally is something for everyone. Like if you want to really focus on team play and fighting the enemy, you can fight the illuminate. If you really want to, I don't know how to say it for the automatons, but
like if you want to be engaged but not like
if you want to
not stressed. Like,
yeah, if you want to do a little bit of strategy, a little bit of thinking, but nothing like super complex, you can fight the automatons. If you just want a fucking mindless horde shooter, you can go fight the bugs.
I just realized this quick sidebar here. Go look at the logo for Omens of Tyranny. Like, go to the Steam page, click on Helldivers. The dude on the left with the HMG is just fucking stuck full of stim pistol shots.
Wait, where's it at?
Like, just click on Helldivers on Steam, like, on your library. The dude is just pumped full of stims.
Yes, he is. I like how it's the dude with the fucking HMG, too.
Yeah. Everyone else is, like, doing something cool, and he's just there, like, barely alive.
Fucking, how many does he get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 fucking stim shots in him. I didn't notice that. That's fucking funny.
But it's almost like a second difficulty selector. You have the actual difficulty selector of 1 through 10. But then you have Bug Spot's Illuminate of even bigger steps.
Yeah, Illuminate are definitely the hardest. Because we usually play on the same difficulty, which is 6, I believe.
Yeah, we tend to play on 6. It was 7, but they dropped super samples to be 6. And so we were like, well, for the sake of actually having fun and not barely fucking surviving every mission, or not even, like, losing half the time, we'll drop it to 6.
I was like, I'd consider us very much casual players. It's like, we're pretty much guaranteed to win every mission.
I mean, I don't know, I've been playing games my entire life. I think I'm a bit more than... I'd say we're a bit more than casual. We're not, like, hardcore.
No, I was meaning just for Helldivers specifically. It's like, we're not playing it to go in for, like, the most difficult challenge of our fucking lives playing games. We're going in to just fucking shoot shit and have fun for the most part. Maybe a little bit of challenge. And that's why we usually play on 6, because it's like, it's not super hard, but there's still a little bit of challenge there. But we're pretty much... I don't even remember the last time we fucking failed a mission.
I guess, yeah, fair enough. I mean, we've only done... 1? Actually, I don't even think we have. We've done an impossible mission, which is difficulty 8, so that we could unlock all of the difficulties, but I'm not sure we've ever finished a Helldive of difficulty 9.
Yeah, they added the new one.
Super Helldive.
Super Helldive. I don't think we don't have that unlocked.
I don't think we have that unlocked, so I don't think we ever ran
a full
Helldive mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually play on Extreme, which is level 6, which I think is what we need to do for the 6-minute Blitz mission. It needs to be on Extreme.
Yeah. We need to do that one and the fucking orbital one. And I
still need to do the secondaries only on hard.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, I put on a bug mission and the one where you just go in and fucking exterminate them. And
just sentries.
Yeah, a fuckload. Or actually, no, I didn't do sentries. I did the 380, the 120, and I just did fucking barrages, and I called that in to fucking kill them all. I think I did the 2 barrages. You can do 3 now. You can do the fucking napalm barrage.
Oh, are you talking about a blitz mission where it's just kill hives?
No, I'm talking about where you go in and you just have a set number of things you have to kill.
Oh, barrages would be weird for that because it's a small arena. You're bound to get hit by your own.
Yes, you are, but it doesn't matter if you die as long as you just don't use your primary. So I would call in the barrage, like, fucking on myself, I'd call in all the barrages on myself, and then I'd call in, let's see, well, at the time when I did it, there was only the 120 and the 380. So I'd call in the 120, call in the 380, let that kill fucking all of them. When that ended, I'd call in 2 fucking sentries, just like the Gatling sentry and something else. Wait for the fucking barrages to come back. Didn't matter if I died. Like, you have enough fucking respawns. If you die a couple times, it's not going to matter. Just as long as you don't use your fucking primary. That's how I did that one.
I guess fair enough. I really want to play one Super Helldive because they added something that's only on difficulty 10. They added an even bigger outpost.
Yeah, I want to see those. I wish they would have those on the lower difficulties. I'm still wishing they would add like a go in and fucking clear out like a
siege mission.
Yeah, like a siege mission, like a huge fucking base. And I mean, I guess with the Illuminate they kind of did that because you like go in and clear out a city. Damn. Fucking
it's not the same.
Cop car just flew by. Jesus. But anyway, yeah, you go in and you like clear out the city, but it's not the same as like going in and fucking wrecking shop on a huge ass like automaton base.
Yeah, not a map wide. Like this is their HQ.
Yeah, it's like I'd really like if they added that.
Oh, you seen not like a full like 40-minute map, like
it could be like a
one
Blitz.
of the. Yeah, like
maybe
a Blitz or an exterminate map.
Maybe a little bit longer than a Blitz. 'Cause I think Blitz missions are 15?
They're 15 minutes, but I mean, we're talking like the entire map being nothing but a big, like you're dropping into this thing and just getting at it.
Yeah. Maybe like 20, 25 minutes. Get in, wreck shit, get out.
Yeah, like have it be a 20-minute mission, but on a smaller map.
Yeah. It'd be cool to do, like... You still get to choose where you land, but you don't have as much of a choice. It's like you have to clear up to the fucking LZ.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool.
I was thinking, like, you didn't even really get to choose. You started at the foot of the base, and you gotta work your way to the core.
This is the only place
we can... something big.
This is the only place we can safely drop you. Your LZ's here. Make it there. Or die trying.
Well, what's our time looking like?
We're at an hour and 8 minutes.
Well, we can discuss the last. We can get to the other thing next time.
Yeah.
Which was it was gonna be the Steam replay. Right?
Yeah, that just came out. That had to just come out today. Yeah.
It was today.
But yeah, we can
see how we fared against the world and each other, but we'll do that next time.
Yep, we can touch on that next time. So.
But I think that'll wrap it up for this time around. Just nothing but Helldivers, but there's a lot that's happened.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened in a week.
A lot of really good stuff for the game. It brought back a lot of people. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning into this week's Helldivers rambling this time instead of random ramblings. And we will catch you guys on the next one.
Yep. See you next time.